Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Legendary Duels. Today people, we're going to be doing a Yubel deck profile, TCG only. Well, there's probably like 2 or 3 OCG cards here that haven't come out yet, but it's all TCG/OCG only. No anime cards. We finally have the new Yubel support that came out. There's just 2 or 3 new cards that are missing that I don't have yet, that I have to order. And one of them that hasn't been printed yet. But I'm very excited because Yubel finally got some brand new support, and the support is incredible. I tested it out against Robbie. It is so good. I'm so happy. I can't wait until these cards get imported into Master Duel because this deck is just incredible now. So much fun. It can do so much more than it used to, and it's not as slow. It's much faster, more aggressive, and the strategy just flows a lot better. But anyway guys, let's just hop into it. Let's get into the new Yubel deck profile 2024. Alright, so first off, we have the new Spirit of Yubel. This card is really cool because it's basically the same effect as Spirit of Neos, where if you get attacked, you can special summon it and then search Yubel spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Next up, we have 1 copy of Geist Grinder Golem. This is another new support card for the Yubel. Next up, we have Samsara D Lotus, the new Samsara card that works with Yubel. It basically allows you to bring out any Yubel monster from your deck. And then on top of that, a lot of these new support cards have effects where they can pop Yubel from the hand or field in order to trigger off Yubel's effect to summon its second form and stuff. So this card is really cool as well. Then we have Infernal Grave Squirmer. I think, yeah, this is its TCG name, but yeah, Infernal Grave Squirmer right here. Very handy for popping your Yubel and triggering off her effect. Then we're going to have some Sacred Beast support. As you know, she did have the Sacred Beast in her deck. So we have a Phantasmal Summoning Beast, 1 copy of him. We have a Dark Summoning Beast. I added 1 of that, but you could add 2 of that if you want. We have a Dark Beckoning Beast. This is probably the best of the Dark Beast monsters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, the Dark Beast monsters. Then we got Chaos Summoning Beast, also really good. Searches your field spell and summons the Sacred Beast from your hand. We got Chaos Core. This card's not as good because you have to be attacked in order to trigger its effect. So if your opponent knows what it does, then obviously they're not going to attack it, so it's never going to pop off. But you could stall, I guess, with it if you want. Next up, we have Raviel, Lord of Phantasms Shimmering Scraper, which allows your Raviel to gain 4,000 attack, or double his attack, and then attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Next, we have the 3 Sacred Beast cards right there. Then we have Phantom of Chaos to banish any of your fiends from the graveyard in order to copy their effects. Well, actually, he copies any effect monster, not just fiends. Any effect monster, which is good. So you can banish one of your Sacred Beast, copy its effect for a turn, and then do your shenanigans. Then we have Phantom Sky Blaster. I believe Yubel does have 2, so you can add 2 if you want. I only added 1 right now. She did have a copy of Giant Germ in her deck, so I added 2. I don't have a 3rd one right now, so if you want to run 3, that's perfectly fine. I highly recommend that as well, because, you know, it'll act as tribute fodder for Raviel or Yubel and stuff like that, and do some burn damage, so it's definitely useful. Then we have the original Grave Squirmer right here. We have a Mad Reloader, and we have Lava Golem. So those are all the monsters right there. Okay, now for the spell cards, we have the new field spell, Nightmare Throne, right here. This card is really incredible. Allows you to search out a level 1 fiend with 0 attack and 0 defense. So basically all your Yubel monsters plus a couple of the Sacred Beast support monsters as well, because they all have 0 attack and 0 defense. So this pretty much searches out any of those that you need, and it also allows you to pop it. So you could either add it to your hand or pop it to trigger off Yubel's effects and stuff like that. So it's really good. It's very versatile, and that's only the first effect. It also has a handy second effect that if Yubel leaves the field, you can add to your hand 1 Yubel monster that is banished on your deck or graveyard to your hand. That is 1 original level higher than that monster. Then you can special summon the added monster, ignoring its summoning condition. So that's good, because this could allow you to pop the other Yubel pop. Like, let's say the original Yubel leaves the field, then you could special summon Terra Incarnate, which is one level higher, or you could get rid of Terra Incarnate to summon the Ultimate Nightmare. So that's actually something I just realized that right now. I never like fully read this effect, but yeah, that's really good because it allows you to, you know, go through your evolutions a lot faster as well. All right, so then we have Nightmare Pain. This is really cool because this is a reference to her anime effect, you know, being able to deal damage to your opponent with Yubel with her effect, which is really awesome. Top of that, it also allows you to search Yubel, and it just does a lot of other cool stuff. Then we have Mature Chronicle right here, a new version of Spell Chronicle. The original is really bad. This one's a bit better. Still not that great because it requires, you know, counters to be set up. But if you have like a lot of Yubel monsters that you're able to summon, which you can if you get the right hands, you can get a lot of counters and then activate one of their effects to do some searching and stuff. Then we have Fallen Paradise for the Sacred Beast. We have Opening of the Spirit Gates, incredible card allowing you to search, you know, one of your level 1/0 attack fiends from your deck to your hand, one of your Sacred Beast support cards to your hand, which is fantastic. We have Cerulean Skyfire. We have Dimension Fusion Destruction as well. We also have Hand Destruction right here. We have Mystical Space Typhoon. We have one copy of Polymerization. Now that's we actually can fuse with this deck a little bit more. And then finally we have Super Polymerization. Now we can finally use this card. This is incredible because now we have the new fusion, which we'll get into at the end, which is this card right here, Yubel the Loving Defender Forever. That card is now just so incredible because it allows you to actually use Super Poly. Because before I couldn't use Super Poly in the deck because there was no fusions I could even use to do it with. So now that we have that fusion, which we'll get into after the traps, we can actually fuse with our opponent's field and then summon our new boss fusion monster and just go off, which is incredible. So finally we can use Super Poly in Yubel's deck, which was the whole strategy of her deck, was to get Super Poly and fuse with it, but we never saw the ultimate fusion that she summoned. We still haven't seen it, but at least we have this one for now until they're able to create the Super Fusion God. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. But Super Poly, really good in this deck now because of her brand new evolution level 12 fusion. And then finally for the trap cards, we have Eternal Favorite, an awesome reference to you know, the end of season 3 when Yubel and Jaden fuse together. This card is good too, and this also acts as a Super Poly as well. So this is another Super Poly in the deck, which is cool. We have Awakening of the Sacred Beast support. We have Hyper Blaze for Uriah. We have Hate Buster. We have Chain Material. We can use this card now that we have Super Poly in here and we have the new Yubel Fusion, so you could use Chain Material. And then we have Dark Bribe. And that's pretty much the deck right there. The extra deck. We're gonna hop into that real quick. It's very short, small extra deck, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna start with the Sacred Beasts first. I'm gonna start with Armatile, the Chaos Phantasm. Just pretty generic. On your turn, his attack is 10,000, which is good, but he has a lot of weaknesses. That's complemented by the new support card, which is Armatile, the Chaos Phantasm, Phantom Fury. So this card is really actually super broken because when you summon this card, you can activate this effect and switch it to your opponent's field instead, and then on their end phase, its effect will activate, banishing all of your opponent's field, including this. Well, it will tribute itself to banish all of your opponent's cards on the field, and then you can special summon Armatile from your extra deck just on the field instantly, which is pretty freaking nuts. So you just have your 10,000 beater. Keep in mind, I've made this mistake before. It does have 0 attack on your turn, so keep that in mind. It can't be destroyed by battle, which is good. So just make sure you summon it in defense, and then on your turn you'll switch it to attack mode, so it has 10,000. So keep in mind, it will have 0 attack points during your opponent's turn, so be very careful how you use it. But this card is broken. This card can just get you out of some crazy locked fields on your opponent's field. If they have some impossible cards to get over, can't be destroyed by battle card effects, or can't be targeted or whatever, just summon this on your opponent's field as long as they have an open monster zone. Wait, end your turn, and then the effect will just banish everything on your opponent's field, which is just wild. Alright, and then finally, the last 2 cards we have Phantom of Yubel. This card has not come out yet in the TCG. It is OCG only. This card is actually very broken. People are using this a lot competitively as well. This just requires one Yubel monster and one Fiend monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. So pretty much Yubel and almost your entire deck, which is just incredible. And not only that, but this card is super broken because it's basically a super poly. Well, not a super poly, it's basically a contact fusion as well. So you can actually summon this card from your extra deck using your hand or field as materials, and I think graveyard too. Let me read it real quick. So yeah, this basically allows you to shuffle monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard to summon this card from the extra deck. So it's super easy to summon. You don't even have, you just need to have the right materials in your hand. It doesn't even matter. It's super easy. And then on top of that, its second effect is cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you contribute this card. That effect becomes your opponent destroys one Yubel in their hand, deck, or field. So this is broken because it also pops it from the deck. I have no idea why they made this card so broken. That's ridiculous. So basically you just literally, like, they activate a monster effect, you activate this effect, it'll change the effect, they get to pop Yubel from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It really doesn't matter. Once Yubel is destroyed, then you already know you get the second evolved form of Yubel. So this card is just disgusting. I have no idea why they made this card so broken, but it's incredible. It's great. It makes Yubel a broken villain, and once again, very easy to summon. You just use any Yubel monster plus 0 attack, 0 defense Fiend, which this deck has tons of. Even the Sacred Beast support counts as that, so it's just so good. Yeah, so I have nothing to say. That card is broken. And then finally, the brand new boss fusion monster, Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever. As you can see, this looks very similar to Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. Yubel used to be Jaden's favorite fusion when he was younger, before all the craziness happened and he had to send it away. So this is an awesome reference to the fact that Yubel was Yubel's favorite monster, and now their souls are fused as one. So now Yubel has a form that represents Jaden's favorite monster, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. So now Yubel is his favorite monster as well too. So it's just cool. There's a lot of cool anime references with that. But anyway, this card is just incredible because it just requires one Yubel monster plus one or more effect monsters on the field. So you have to have Yubel on the field, and then you can use Super Polymerization to fuse your Yubel with your opponent's entire field, which is just broken. So now Super Poly has a target, which is great. So now you can use your opponent's whole field. So if they have 5 monsters on the field, you fuse with all 5 of them, you summon this card. It only has 0 attack, 0 defense, but when it's fusion summoned, you inflict 500 for each of its fusion materials. So that's 6, so that'll be 3,000 burn damage if you fuse with if your opponent has an entire field of monsters. And you can fuse with your own as well, your own monsters. So if you have 5 monsters on your field, then that's 10 times 5, that's 5,000 damage right there. So yeah, it's crazy. This card is disgusting. And then it's not even done yet with its effect. It also can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Then at the end of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that opponent's monster's attack, and if you do, banish that monster. So this card just does everything. It does incredible burn. It attacks into your opponent and they take the damage, and it banishes the monster on top of that. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no damage. So this is good because it finally keeps kind of the original Yubel effect from the anime. In the anime, if Yubel attacks or is attacked, if it battles at all, you deal damage equal to the monster it battled. But they took away that effect because I guess they thought it would be too broken. But by doing that, they made Yubel a lot worse and a lot weaker. So now with this fusion, they gave it its original effect, but even better because now it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And your opponent just takes all damage, and it banishes the monster, so it's good. This card is just broken. Super Poly is now super broken in this deck. Phantom of Yubel is broken. All the new support, both the Sacred Beast and the Yubel support, was just absolutely nuts. I cannot believe finally they finally gave Yubel just phenomenal support, like phenomenal. I tested this deck out. It's incredible, guys. I highly recommend you guys use it. It was so much fun, so much more aggressive, so much faster. It can do so much more now. It's no longer slow. It's no longer as bricky anymore. It literally fixed all the issues with the deck. Like, it doesn't even need more new support, in my opinion. opinion. I think it's solid the way it is. The only thing I would be waiting for is the Super Fusion Gods to see if they actually do make that card, to see what they would do with its effect, because that is the monster Yubel was trying to summon in the final duel against Judai by fusing the 12 dimensions. So I'm curious to see if they make that, but the deck is perfect as is right now, to be honest. I don't think it needs any more support. Obviously, every deck could use more new support, but I'm fine with the way it is. Like, they completely fixed all the issues with it, you know, with all the different ways of support for the Sacred Beast and now Yubel. It's a solid deck. I am so happy that this deck is finally where it needs to be in order to be a strong competitive character deck. Now we have a strong villain deck that can face off against the main characters like Yuzu and Playmaker and all this other stuff, because Yubel finally has the support to do it. So yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. Highly recommend you test it. Can't wait for these cards to come in Master Duel. As soon as they do, I will build that deck and I will test it out. I can't wait. I'm desperately waiting. Hopefully this month or the following month we can get the Yubel support in the Master Duel. But anyway, guys, God bless you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. I think Nash's deck will be next. If not, then I'll do either Shun, Kaito, or Yuto with their updated support and whatnot. But yeah, God bless you guys. I love you guys so much. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the deck profile. I had no side deck, so if there are cards that you wanted to add that Yubel used in the show, by all means add it. You don't need to write it in the comment section like, oh, you forgot this or that. Just add whatever card you feel you need. There were some cards I was missing that I didn't have, so I didn't add it in there. But yeah, so just add whatever you guys need. Change it around however you like. Don't worry about it. But anyway, God bless you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Gotcha. Peace. See ya.